Hey modelers, Engineer Jeff here, and in this video we're going to paint a Tyranid zoanthrope for the Hive Fleet Kraken. So what we're going to do is take some Vallejo Model Air mahogany, start doing my base coat. If you don't have mahogany, you could probably mix some red in with some brown, get the same color or something similar. Again, I'm going with the theory that the bigger bugs are going to have a little darker tone to them, lighter colored bugs are going to be your ground troops, stuff like that. I really like the Vallejo Model Air line because, well, it's perfect for airbrushing, but it's also great for just regular brush work. You don't have to thin it very much, if any. Really kind of depends on what you're going for. For this, no thinning required. Goes on nice and smooth. Should get something a little like this. I'm going to take the purple tint by the Freak Flex line, and we're going to go in here where all the brain matter is and give it a nice good coat. Should pool up into the recesses. It's almost a wash. Should get something like this after it dries. I'm going to take the Vallejo Game Color Escopina Green and paint these muscle vent thingies. Should look a little like that. I'm going to take the Vallejo Game Color Warlord Purple and start working on the little feeder tubes or whatever these things are that's coming off of his main body to his brain. Veins? Something like that. I'm going to take the red tint Freak Flex and go over the rest of these membranes. Dries kind of a pinkish color. I'm going to take some Squid Pink and just hit some highlights on the brain. When we do the dip later, it's going to knock those down, so we'll have to bring it back up again. I'm going to take the Vallejo Game Color Bloody Red, mix a little bit of gory red in with it, and start doing our first highlight. Just hitting the leading edge of the carapace where it overlaps. It looks fairly dramatic as I'm putting it down, but as it dries, it becomes a lot more subtle effect. Don't forget the back. Should have something like that. So we'll take the Vallejo Game Color Orange Fire, mix it in with the Bloody Red, and start doing our next highlight. Little random brush strokes within the red, hitting all the leading edges as well. I like to move the model around a lot as I'm painting, so doing these tutorials I have to kind of go against the grain, at least what my hands and my brain want to do, and I got to rotate the model to where I get it right underneath the camera. So it was fun to paint because I had to keep making sure I had it under the camera just right, and it's a metal model, so it was a little more difficult to hold. But still a blast. It was fun to paint. I really hope that they come out with a plastic model or something in styrene. Finecast is just way too brittle. Should have something a little like that. So we'll take some Vallejo Game Color Gold Yellow. Mix it in with some Bone White. Start the next level of highlights. There was a little tiny crack in the metal right here, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to accent this, give this carapace a little more character. I think maybe on the next one I paint I'll do some spots or something. I mean, really, who's going to tell you you're painting it wrong? Has anyone really seen a Tyranid? I don't think so. I'm having fun with it. I like it a lot. So this thing sticking out of the ground, is that something that, like, is that part of the zoanthrope, or is it like a little something that the hive mind sends him so I can elevate him, so I can blast things? If anybody knows, you know, leave me a comment. Tell me what's going on. Should have something a little like this. I'm going to take my Vallejo Model Air Black. Any other black will do. I'm just going to paint the claws. He's got little shriveled up claws because he doesn't really need them for close combat. He'll fry you before you even get near him. With his big Tyranid bug brain. So what I did is I took a little bit of the Vallejo Bloody Red that I had, and I'm going to just do a quick highlight on the claws here. And that's what we've got so far. So I'm going to take my trusty Minwax Polyshade in the Antique Walnut, and we're going to give this sucker a dip. Take your pliers, grab a hold of the base of the model, and give it a dunk. Now, what I had to do with this one, because it's so heavy, you can't really flick the excess off onto like a newspaper or something. So I had to go in with a brush. And that's how I removed the excess. I just kept going in and dabbing at it where it was pooling up. And after it dries, give it a dull coat. It takes about 6 to 8 hours. Hit it with like a matte finish, and you'll have something like this. What I like to do after all my dips is I like to bring the color back up, add some nuances. So we're going to take the Vallejo Game Color Bloody Red, just kind of go in between the previous highlight, little brush strokes, and throw little bits of red in there. Don't have to get too crazy with it, just enough to give it a little something. Should have something like this. to take the Vallejo Game Color Bone White, and we're just going to hit all the raised edges, the very tip of the carapace. Bring those leading edges up, trailing edges up. I've been editing this all day today, and it's Christmas Eve, and so we've got about 18 days, 19 days till the new Tyranids come out. Pretty excited. Don't know that my wallet's going to be very excited about it, but should be a hoot building and painting all the new models. I'll be making videos of those as well. As well as I have a Hive Tyrant I'm doing. Should have something a little like this. And we're going to take the Escorpina Green and just do a quick touch up of the vents, kind of bring them back out again. Just being careful we don't obliterate the shading we got from the dip. We're going to take some Squid Pink and go in and highlight the brain back up again. Just little spots here and there we want to accent. Also going to highlight up this little membrane that's over here and towards the front of the head. Should have something a little like this when you're done. Now we're going to do his teeth. He needs to brighten up the teeth, make them show up. Do that with any white color. I use Vallejo Model Air. And here's some still shots. And thanks for watching. The next video we're going to do, I believe, is Hive Fleet Behemoth. I got some requests for it. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.